Now on YouTube, it's time for some alternative commentary action with the Commentary Hub.
There's headed by Marina, and it's 2-1 to Arsenal.
Knock the back post. Goal for Manchester City.
Takes this corner, whips it in, it's headed and it's a goal, and it's that man, Gabriel.
Liverpool have equalised. Lovely improvisational touch from Curtis Jones.
Oh, what a goal! Wow, take it out!
Hello and welcome to Villa Park, home of today's Premier League game between Aston Villa and Brentford. Both sides having very productive campaigns so far. Brought to you by the Commentary Hub. As always, I'm Adam Todd and I'll be taking you through this 90 minutes or so of this big game for both sides. A big chance for both teams to climb up the table and get some more valuable points. Aston Villa currently sitting in third, with obviously Arsenal winning yesterday against Leeds. They can cut that gap back to 4 points and jump ahead of Man City before they play today. Brentford are currently sitting ninth with other teams around them picking up wins. They have a potential chance to go to seventh if they pick up all 3 points, but they have really struggled away from home this season, and they travel to an Aston Villa side who are one of the best sides at home. They did lose their last home game against Everton in the Premier League. That was a bit of a shock, but other than that, they've been pretty impressive in front of our home fans. And today, well, they'll be expecting the same really against Brentford, who are off the back of back-to-back defeats, looking to avoid third defeat in a row. But we'll read you through the lineups for both sides. It's actually 7 changes from their win against Salzburg, and only 3 from their win against Newcastle in the league, their last outing in the Premier League. Martinez keeps his place. Bogard starts in midfield. He's joined by new signing Douglas Luiz actually, but starting with the back line is Matty Cash, Ezri Konsa, Pau Torres and Ian Matson. So Lamar Bogard just moves into midfield next to Douglas Luiz, who's come back on loan from Juventus, having spent most of his time this season playing for Nottingham Forest. Then it's Jadon Sancho, Morgan Rogers, Emiliano Buendia, and then up front it's another new signing in Tammy Abraham. There's another old face as well. Spent 1 season here at Aston Villa back in 2018-2019 season, where he was very prolific in front of goal when he was only there for 1 season, but he leads the line for Unai Emery's side. For Brentford is Calvin Kelleher, starts in goal. He's actually the captain today. He's in goal. Michael Coyote starts at right back. Christopher Ayer. No Nathan Collins, he's on the bench today, so it's Seth Vandenberg comes in with Rico Henry at left back. Vitaly Janelt. Jordan Henderson comes into the side. Dango Otara finishes up one of 4 changes for the visitors, and he is joined by Matthias Jensen, who captains the side. Kevin Charlotte and Igor Thiago, their top goal scorer, who's been flying this season. We know all about his goal and scoring threats. Scored and contributed to half of their goals this season in the Premier League. A very impressive season so far as the two teams walk out into a packed and waiting Aston Villa fans, seeing some old faces. Actually, the players that they brought in have all been old ex-Aston Villa players who played recently. Tammy Abraham, Douglas Luiz, and also Leon Bailey, who just joined from Roma as well. He also played for Aston Villa for a few seasons. Douglas Luiz back at Villa Park, where he spent 5 seasons at, and then obviously he went to join Juventus. That hasn't really worked out for him, that move. He went on loan to, like I said, Nottingham Forest this season. He's played a handful of games. I haven't seen a lot of him. Tammy Abraham scored actually 7 goals this season for Besiktas before he's rejoined Aston Villa. Obviously he was there in the Championship before he got his big move away. But yeah, two teams who are playing well this season. Keith Andrews obviously coming in for Brentford this season, new manager. There's a little bit of kind of not too sure what was going to happen with Brentford this season, with obviously how well they did under Thomas Frank. But he has really impressed some Brentford fans so far this season. Obviously, like I did mention, they are coming off a back-to-back losses, 2-0 defeats as well, to Chelsea and then Nottingham Forest at home, which was the most disappointing one, considering how impressive they have been at the G-Tech Stadium this season. But before that, were unbeaten in 6 competitive games. I mean, before that, lost to Man City in the EFL Cup quarter-final. But I think Keith Andrews just seems to have found his way at the moment for Brentford and what he wants to play, the kind of way he wants to play. Such a physical side of Brentford going forward. Obviously brought in Jordan Henderson into the side. No Mikel Damsgaard today. That was a big miss for visitors. One of their best players. Can create anything really. He's on the bench actually, joined with Yarmula and Nathan Collins, who did start in that defeat against Nottingham Forest the other week. Aston Villa have been busy this season, and there he is, Tammy Abraham. He scored 26 goals in 40 appearances in that 2018-2019 season where they got promoted. And he's back here in Aston Villa. It's good to see him back in the Premier League. Obviously he was at Chelsea as well, and he made a move away. But he's back now. And Igor Thiago, well, 16 goals in the Premier League, 17 goals in all competitions. So impressive. Only behind Erling Haaland, who's on 20. Just come out of nowhere as Igor Thiago. Obviously, he actually joined Brentford last season, but he had a big injury and only played 8 games last season. Joined from Club Brugge, where he scored 18 goals that season. And he's got 16 this season and 1 assist. And so impressive from the Brazilian, as he looks to make it potentially into the Brazilian team as well. But yeah, we're going to get underway here at the Villa Park. It's going to be Aston Villa to kick us off from right to left in their claret and blue home kit, and Brentford in the light blue away strip, as it's picked all the way back to Emiliano Martinez, who looks long for Rodgers, who's back into the side today. Obviously starting against Newcastle. So a few changes from then as Rico Henry plays it out wide to Matthias Jensen, long-standing player for Brentford, just trying to find the pass out of that left-hand side. Off our left-hand side, as Jadon Sancho gets a touch onto it. There is Keith Andrews, been a revelation for Brentford this season, won 14 of the 28 games as Brentford head coach. Only 11 losses this season, 3 draws is actually quite not a lot really, as Jensen just gets a foot on the ball that look to kind of create chances of players down already. It looks like Morgan Rodgers, I believe, is down to Coyote. Looks in behind for Igor Thiago, but Emiliano Martinez comes out well. Good sweeping from him. He's done that quite a lot this season. You can see him. Igor Thiago just kind of made that really early run, but just a little bit overhit from Coyote, the right back. You'll see him with that long throw, one of the longest in the Premier League. I've got to see, I've not seen anything like it. In the times I've watched Premier League football, it's something else, and it's a real weapon. Obviously seen utilised from Brentford this season. But as a away form has been pretty poor. Only Wolves have lost more away games than Keith Andrews' side. Won 3, lost 8. 2 of them came against Everton and then Wolves. As they look to, well, they're going to potentially get into that European spots, those Europa Conference League spots, as Rodgers looks long as there's Ayer on the ball. Christopher Ayer been at the club for a long time. So it's 21, 22 as Kelleher looks on, the Irish goalkeeper. looking for Thiago in behind, but it's well covered up by Maatsen. Here's Jensen, who just cleans up. Good start from Brentford down his right hand side is Atara, looks at the ball in. It's a free header for Jensen. It's balled out to Rico Henry just outside the edge of the box on the left hand side. Balls it back to Yanel. Ball just gets floated into the box and it's headed away well by Maatsen. Abraham with his first touch, no foul, and it's cleared away, and Rodgers can be on the attack here, just past the halfway line down the right hand side now for Aston Villa. And it's kept here from Jadon Sancho back to Matty Cash. And Aston Villa look to reset with Ezri Konsa on the ball. And back with Martinez. Been a bright start though from Brentford. Cover only a few minutes into this game. So a win will be massive for either side as Abraham looks to get himself involved early doors as Coyote under a little bit of pressure, but does well to get out of it and plays it all the way back to Kelleher. He played the majority of Brentford's games this season, 23 games played, only not played in the cups really. It was flicked on by Atara, and Igor Thiago is offside for the visitors. Brazilian looks himself involved early doors. Very real threat going forward. Scored 35 goals this season at Brentford, and half of them, 16 of them, come from that man up front. I do need to find some goals elsewhere. Kevin Schade chipped in with 6 this season, but outside of that, it's not been loads. There is Damsgaard on the bench, 1 goal, 3 assists for him this season. Not as many as you'd probably think, to be honest, but he's so good at maybe that kind of pass before assist, just opening up little openings for Keith Andrews' side. But he's on the bench with Jensen in that kind of number 10 role. Lucas Luiz with the free kick just outside the edge of the half. Back with the number 27, looks to that diagonal pass, looking for Pau Torres. And just goes out for a goal kick for Brentford. Brazilian back. It's good to see him in the Premier. He had a really good spell at Aston Villa. It was really impressive. 204 appearances he made, 22 goals for Aston Villa in those 5 seasons. He was one of their best players under Emery. But he's back now. After it was a little bit underwhelming spell at Juventus, really. Juventus obviously had a couple of problems, managerial problems and changes. Just Cash will just deal with this ball. So trying to he gets himself a goal kick. That was really good defending by Matty Cash. And a bit of pressure from Kevin Schade on that far right hand side. Kevin Schade will occupy himself. There's John McGinn out injured. Ollie Watkins injured as well. But he doesn't make the bench, does Ollie Watkins. He's out with an injury after he picked up from Salzburg. He's joined by Kamara and McGinn and Tillemans, all missing as well. Some big misses for Aston Villa. They do have Ross Barkley back though from injury. As Kelleher just looks long from his own box. Is found Kylie down his right hand side. There's a real outlet. And Henderson just looking for an option in behind. Obviously Aston Villa known for their really high line. And Brentford will definitely look to exploit that with Thiago and Schade and Altara. It's a good ball by Henderson, finds Jensen. It's falling for Igor Thiago, just gets his head on it. It's bounced out for Sancho, and it's back to Bugard. And there's a nice little flip round the corner by Schade. It's Jensen with the first effort. That one's dragged wide of the post. He thought he got a touch on it. I didn't think so. He goes out for a goal kick. Really bright start there from Brentford. Really nice touch around the corner from Schade. Finds Jensen inside his box, but inside the Villa box, but his shot was dragged wide of the post. There's been a goal in the Nottingham Forest Crystal Palace game, 1-0 to Forest. Gives White with the goal, but it's 6-7 minutes here. Still 0-0 at Villa Park. It's like Brentford has started slightly right of the side, but no real chances yet. As Yanel looks quick from the free kick. Not entirely sure what happened there. Looks like Schade Just Paul Matty Cash's shirt. Potential free kick. As referee Tim Robinson kind of sort everything out. And there is Ollie Watkins, scored 8 goals this season. Former Brentford player back in the day as well, but he won't play against his former side. Brentford have done actually the double against Aston Villa this season. Played them in the league. Obviously, it was a 1-0 back then. Dango Hatara with the goal back in August. And then they won in penalties as well in the EFL Cup. And obviously, Brentford made a run to the quarter-final. Got misses from McGinn and Cash were the difference in that penalty shootout. As Dango Hatara Coyote gets the ball outside his right-hand side. Near his touchline as the ball looks for Thiago. I think he's just offside though. Pau Torres deals with it. And the flag does go up. High line, and really there's going to be a difference in this game. I feel like every time I watch Aston Villa, there's so much kind of impetus on that defensive line, really. And, well, clearly worth it in my memory. Been linked potential with that, obviously. Maybe a Real Madrid drop, potentially. Obviously, Aston Villa fans would not want to hear that whatsoever. Don't want to see those kind of rumours. There's Tammy Abraham on this right-hand side, back to Sancho, just finds it. Abraham flashes it across, but good defended by Aya. And Sharda will deal with it under the pressure of Rodgers and gets himself a free kick just in that corner, far corner. Yeah, I mean, Emery's been so good with Aston Villa. I mean, early in the season they were in the relegation zone, everyone was worrying about them a little bit. He's really turned it around. Excellent form, especially at home. It's just so impressive. They were on an 8-match home winning run as well, which obviously ended against Everton. Looking to actually avoid back-to-back defeats at home since February 2024. That's how good they have been at Villa Park. And that's the reason why they're challenging for that top 4, maybe even the title. People have been saying that they're potentially in the title race. Emery's kind of played it down a little bit in press conferences, but I don't know. They look good. They look really good. And but so did Brentford as well. They're sitting at the moment 9th, obviously with a potential chance to go 7th in behind Brentford. They do get in behind, but she goes out for a goal kick. Make Henry the one looking to get onto it. Good to see him back for Brentford after a couple of nasty injuries. You can see the first 15 minutes don't really include a lot of goals for Emery's side. Only can see the 6. You can see the 6 inside the first 15 minutes was quite a lot. Third most in the league, and then scored 1 in the first 15, which is second worst in the division. It's 10 minutes in here. Another side are really threatened as Buendia gets on the ball, just pokes it around the corner for Douglas Luiz. It's Abraham, nice little feet, tries to get away from Douglas Luiz. He's almost on the way on the floor. And that's good defending by Brentford. Coyote comes up down his right hand side, just near the touchline. It's out for a throw-in. Douglas Luiz claiming about the earlier challenge from Jensen, which was a foul, but referee Tim Robinson played on. No, sorry, it was actually Henderson. Yeah, didn't really get a lot of the ball. Maybe complained about not getting a yellow card potentially early on. The Englishman obviously joined this season from Ajax, so good to see him back in the Premier League. There's a Jordan Henderson. Here is Rigo Henry down his left-hand side now. Full back. Inside for Henderson, just on the halfway line. Looking for that diagonal pass he loves to do. Just those kind of first high balls around the corner that he's known for. He's trying to find Thiago with Henderson, but is cut out by Aston Villa. Bogard tries to race away, but a little bit kind of almost looked like I thought he pulled up there a little bit, but just lost control of the ball. It's back with Brentford, and it's Jensen just past the halfway line, just in this left hand side near the dugouts. And there is Yanel on the ball in the middle. Out to Christopher Ayer, just playing on the right hand side of that back line, that back four. Has been interchangeable between the back five and back four. Saw a lot of back five under Thomas Frank. Stranded decided with the back four mainly. It's Ayer and Vandenberg today. Usually it's Nathan Collins, but he's on the bench, the captain. Big decision that is to leave the captain out. Well, he's made the decision. Vandenberg has been solid enough this season for Brentford. Tries to bring out on the back here with Kevin Schade on the left hand side, looking for the 1-2 with Jensen trying to get round Matthew Cash. Good battle down that left hand side so far. Cash just winning in the duel at the moment. Mika Henry getting involved with Jadon Sancho and just rolls for Yanelt. Just past the halfway line down this left hand side where Brentford just looked a little bit more threatening, but Yanelt just, well, I thought he played out of touch there, but just gets the touch from the Villa player. And it is from a throw-in. And, well, we did mention Michael Coyote's long throws, and here is the first of them. And when I tell you, it is a long one. The Italian, been there for a couple of seasons, brought in from Fiorentina. Long throws into opposition box. Traded 8 chances from the front long throws. Jadon Sancho just trying to make himself a nuisance by just standing in front of Coyote. And a potential first chance of the game really for Brentford. The first big chance anyway. Thiago just trying to put himself in front of Martinez. The ball just gets thrown in. It's headed away by Villa. Well dealt with. Yanelt jumps for it, but Cash and Sancho deal with it, and Henry just knocks it long for Cash, and who just gets rid of it up into the air. Buendia challenge for it, just wins a header, and it's fallen nicely for Rodgers. He can break away down the left hand side, trying to find Tammy Abraham, and if he can get there, gets his shot off. Really good save by Kelleher. And it just falls nicely for Coyote, who will get rid. It's a first big chance, and it's fallen to that man, Tammy Abraham. Just got on the other end of the pass from Rodgers. And he just got a poke on it. He just tried to poke it past Kelleher, but it's a really good save. And it looked like his shoulder. It's Henderson trying to find Dango Atara. And that is the biggest chance of the day, 14 minutes in. And it's fallen to the new man. It just fell kindly for Rodgers. He just broke free. Abraham was miles onside. Tried to get... He got a lot of contact onto it, actually. It was actually up against Henderson. He just gets a toe onto it, and it's a really good, strong save with his left arm. And Kelleher makes himself big, denies a debut goal for Aston Villa for Tammy Abraham. The long throw comes in, it's not really dealt with. Kevin Schade doesn't really get anything near it. What a chance that is for Brentford. Really should have done better with that, Kevin Schade. Big chance again from a long throw. You can see how much havoc that creates as a cross comes in from Dango Atara. But what a chance for Kevin Schade. Game suddenly kind of sparked a little bit. It's just a long throw in from that right hand side from Coyote. It's held in. Martinez doesn't deal with it. It falls really kindly for Schade, but he just miskicks it. And it doesn't go anywhere near any sort of contact. And that has got to be 1-0. But big chances at either end, and suddenly his game's sparked into life. Down his right hand side from Cash, but he gives it away back to Vandenberg, who can drive forward just behind the halfway line. Obviously Brentford kicking from left to right. Ayer will bring it out from the back into Jensen's offering for the ball and find Henderson. Nice little pass out to the right hand side for Coyote. Coyote just drives in midfield into the infield, sorry. And it's given away though. Good feet by Buendia and Rodgers. Buendia stays on his feet really well. It's been really impressive, Buendia, this season. Really coming to his own. I mean, that goal against Newcastle was something special, wasn't it? 7 goals for him, 5 assists as well. Really impressive. Such a technically gifted player. Aston Villa's number 10. Just finding that consistency, I think, with the Argentine. Here is Coyote on the right hand side again. Let's see Brentford's right back. Have had a few injury problems here and there. Brentford, and when they do get injured, they're out for a long time as the ball gets swept forward on the right hand side. It's going for a first corner of the day. Matson just gets a knee on it. Otaro chasing him as well, puts good enough pressure to push him out for a corner. And Brentford again bring out the big men from the back. Can they create something from the set piece? Obviously, Keith Andrews is a set piece coach. It's where a lot of their goals have come from this season. Caused so much problems from long throws and corners. But they've got them so much joy as Martinez is crowded at the moment from 4 or 5 Brentford players. The ball gets swung from the right hand side on a Yanel. Martinez comes out and deals with it really comfortably though. And he rolls it out for Rodgers and he can streak away just past the halfway line to Sancho. Gonna beat his man Rico Henry's there, but it's good defensive play really by Brentford, who get a lot of men back behind the ball. The counter-attacks can be dangerous from Aston Villa, got so much pace in behind. As Douglas Luiz gets himself on the ball looking for that floated pass to Rodgers and nearly finds him as well. And gets an important touch onto it. It goes back to Kelleher. Still 20 minutes in, about just under 19 minutes played, 0-0, but a couple of golden opportunities for both sides, or one each really. Looks long for Thiago. Haven't really seen a lot of him though. They fall to Henderson looking for the 1-2 with Thiago, but doesn't really get a hold of that. Does Gordon Henderson? Obviously, he spent 3 seasons at Ajax before joining Brentford. Got so much experience. Been in and out of the team so far. Obviously, Damsgaard has played a lot of games. And Yarmouk as well, been really impressive. The Ukrainian, a goal in the Man United Fulham game from Man United. Back in form are the hosts. It is a header from Casemiro. Obviously leaving at the end of the season. So good in the air as he Brazilian, but it's back with Aston Villa against Brentford. Konsa nearly gets himself to a little bit of trouble there and playing out the back in his own box. They do cause themselves a few problems from playing out of the back to Aston Villa. I've seen a couple of opportunities, a couple of games where they do cause themselves issues, but Rodgers feeds out to the right hand side past the halfway line here for Matty Cash and drive on Aston Villa, try and get his team forward. His Beauregard's been had a few opportunities as the midfielder, and his Rodgers down his right hand side looking to feed it in for Cash, drives it across, gets Aston Villa's first corner of the day. It comes off Natalia now. It's good work down the right hand side from Aston Villa. It's where a lot of attacks have come from really, but actually both sides really look down that kind of right hand side. And it's going to be an out swinging corner from that right hand side from Douglas Luiz. Got a really good reception coming back for Villa Park. Got a real aerial threat of Villa now, of Tammy Abraham. Just floating this one into the back post. Martin gets a volley into it. That one goes over the bar. Well worked though, one from the training ground, definitely. It's a really good pick out from Douglas Luiz. Finds Ian Martin. You can see what he's trying to do, trying to guide that volley into the top corner, but just a little bit too much on it. So what? It's not a bad effort, but that one goes high over the bar from Ian Martin, obviously joined from Dortmund. Only 1 goal this season for him. The fullback. Been really good though, so is Luca Digne. He's kept Luca Digne out today. And here is Dango Otaro down this right hand side up against Martin. And just pokes it back for Henderson. I think Keith Andrews would probably want Otaro to get some more goals under his belt. He's only got a few this season. Only got 3. Need more from his attackers as Jensen just claims for a pull on the shirt by Bogard, and he gets himself a free kick just on that left-hand side, about 40 yards, 30 yards from the box. 30 yards from goal, sorry. On the left-hand side. Not really a shooting opportunity, no. It's going to be more of a wide free kick. It's near the touchline. And Jensen over it, Henderson's such a good delivery on him. Was a Dane. Been at the club since 2018. A real club servant. Been so good for Brentford over the years. Seen it all. That's Matthias Jensen. So is Jan out as well. He's been there for a long time, since 2020. They've kept a lot of their core players. And it's going to be Jan out. Floaty in. Martinez comes out of his box and punches it out of his box, sorry. Just saying. Gone to Henderson back with Coyote. And here is Henderson. He's going to float that one in behind, just slips on the ball though and gives it away to Rogers. Looking for an option forward, but goes back with Bogard. And here is Martson into Pau Torres. And bring the ball out from the back, and the Spaniard trying to find that cutting edge really from the back line. With the fence splitting passes like they like to say. And here's Douglas Luiz. Just a little bit more patience on the ball from Aston Villa. Nice little pass inside from Torres into Buendia just on that halfway line. Back with a nice little 1-2 to Buendia. Just slips over though and gives it away to Brentford. He can break. Here's Igor Thiago. He gets himself on the ball looking for Schade. He's offside, but Dango Atara might not be. Oh, and he's missed. What a chance. And the flag doesn't go up as well. What a huge opportunity in behind from Dango Atara. Kevin Schade knew he was offside. It was really well worked by Igor Thiago. He just plays the ball, feeds it in behind. I think they might have been both offside, but it's a big opportunity. Just a one-on-one opportunity, but just left foot strike just goes past the post. And he should have really put that on target. It's a big opportunity. And the flag didn't go up, but I think if it did go on, it might have been checked. Maybe it might have been overturned, but it's a big opportunity nonetheless. And I did say about those goals, a lack of goals anyway, from Dango Atara this season. A couple of golden opportunities for their wingers. Henderson getting some sort of treatment, and that kind of slip on the ball didn't help him. Atara's last goal was against Burnley back in November. Obviously joining from Bournemouth for a lot of money as well. Just kind of slipped on the ball, did Henderson, trying to find that pass. A little bit of an awkward one, really. Just kind of feet gave on him. Hopefully he'll be okay. Maybe it's just a boots thing more than anything. Not the ankle. As he slowly jogs off the pitch. Keith Andrews looking at his bench. Got a couple of midfield options. Are they today? There's only really a few players out injured. Malambo, De Silva and Carvalho. So he's got his main squad really is Rogers finds himself on the ball just near the corner flag on the right hand side. He's back with Sancho and Bogard and back to Konsa just past the halfway line. And here is Pau Torres playing at the left hand side, centre half as he does always, and back with Konsa to Cash. Konsa just trying to feed that ball into midfield. There is Bogard looking for that pass around the corner, intercepted well by Brentford. Really good shape so far from the visitors. And Pau Torres, such a structured back line, really drilled into them. Keith Andrews. Torres just rolls it into Douglas Luiz. A lot of touches from the ball for the hosts. Having a bit more of the ball actually are the visitors. They're falling for Tammy Abraham on the edge of the box. Buendia doesn't get that right whatsoever. chance really. Just a little bit patient playing, and Cash just goes in behind looking for Abraham. Henry doesn't really deal with it. Riga Henry, and Abraham just pulls it back to Buendia on the edge of the box, and just kind of scuffs it into the ground. Yeah, just hits it against his own foot actually. And so opportunity wasted away by the usually technically gifted Buendia. You can see how frustrated he is about that one. And Keller looks long. How Torres deals on that one. Tells Thiago to just get up, and Douglas Luiz races away. Player still down for Aston Villa. Nice little shoulder barge by Michael Cody. Real show of strength there by the Italian. Back there with Aya. Player down still for Aston Villa in Brentford's box. Brentford will play on. No, they won't. Tim Robinson just blows up. Don't know who it is though. I'm not too sure what happened either, really. Might be a little bit of not good. It's actually Tammy Abraham just chased down Kelleher. Yeah, he just got a little bit of a foot on him, did Kelleher, when he was clearing the ball. Nothing too serious, just chased down the goalkeeper. Harvey Elliott just going out to warm up. He played in that game against Salzburg. Haven't seen a lot of him since he joined from Liverpool. Obviously no real out and out number 9 on the bench for Unai Emery, whose injury problems still continue. Obviously Leon Bailey could play up there potentially on the bench, but other than that, there's not a lot. So hopefully Tammy Abraham is okay for Villa's sake, and looks like he's shaking it off. There's about 29 minutes played, just still 0-0 here at Villa Park. Been a couple of opportunities. Kevin Schade had an opportunity earlier on. That was a missed kick. Dango Otara got him behind for Brentford. His shot went wide, and that 1-on-1 might have been offside. Nonetheless, and then Aston Villa had a chance as well through Tammy Abraham. But good save by Calvin Kattenhart. As Brentford get underway from that drop ball. And we'll bring it forward down the left hand side with Kevin Schade. Looking to just go inside, but a little bit of traffic of Aston Villa players. As will find Aya. And then telling him to drive on, but plays it inside to Henderson, back with Aya, centre half, looking for some sort of movement going forward, and it goes back with Coyote. Back with him, with Henderson. They've actually had more of the ball as well. Possession wise, as I will drive on his right hand side, looking to find Coyote, and he does, trying to beat his man, does the right back, gets a cross in, but it's well defended in the end by Matson. Nice little touch around the corner by Douglas Luiz. Out comes Buendia. Rodgers inside to Luiz, really good feet. Buendia trying to get it away, it's really good by Aston Villa. Bogard just can't quite feed it round the right hand side. It's good defended by Matthias Jensen. Looking to feed it out to the right hand side now for Dango Otara. Just brings it down, keeps it in though. Up against Matson. Otara inside, trying to find Jensen on the overlap. Gets blocked but no foul. Buendia comes away with it. Just down the left hand side now for Aston Villa. Buendia being chased back by Otara and back with Matson. And just on the halfway line now with Douglas Luiz and Bogard. Some really nice interchangeable passes from both sides. Who will break the deadlock first though? That's a question. Back here with Konsa and Pau Torres. You can just play it inside to Buendia, just gets it, offloads it to Matson. Again, just on the halfway line. There's left hand side. Matson back to Torres. Just feeds it into Douglas Luiz, who drops deep. Nice little tuck by Bogard around the corner. He can drive on, but just runs into a little bit of a cul-de-sac. But he will get fouled though by Kevin Schade. I think he was just coming back. Didn't really feel needed, to be honest. It just felt like he was running into a little bit of traffic. Was Douglas Luiz, or Bogard, sorry. Nice little replay of the 1-2s, run kind of in their own area. Really good stuff by Aston Villa, but Bogard couldn't quite feed it out to the right hand side to maybe potentially create an opportunity. Douglas Luiz has been really bright since he's come back today. But it's going to be a free kick for Aston Villa. About 35, 40 yards out, probably. Ish. And will be delivered in by Douglas Luiz. Who's in the centre of the pitch. And float this one to the back post. It's a free header, really big chance of Konsa. And that goes over. It's a huge opportunity for Ezri Konsa. It's a really good ball by Douglas Luiz. I don't really know who's picking him up, but no one was apparently. He looks onside as well. And he's floated in behind. It's a free volley. He just doesn't get the right contact on it. Oh, it's really big opportunity by Ezri Konsa. It hits the wrong side of his foot. I think it almost hits the inside of his foot instead of the outside of the foot, and that would have been guided potentially into the goal, but he got it all wrong, did Konsa. That's a big opportunity for the centre half. Maybe fell to the wrong player on the pitch, but there's a big opportunity for Konsa. And he'll be gutted, and then I remember he was scratching his head how it's not gone target, not scored this season. That's definitely the best opportunity of the game, I'd say. Scored last season, scored a couple of goals last season, but not scored this season. But yeah, it's a big chance. It's Coyote with the long throw. Well, actually, going to be going short back to Yanel, who can guide it into the back post. The big man still up, Aya still up. Heads it into the box, but it's out for Rico Henry, doesn't get any sort of contact on it. And it's a bit of head tennis as Sancho trying to feed it out to Cash. Looks in behind for Sancho, Rogers, but just gets caught late by Christopher Aya. And it's going to be the first booking of the day for the centre half. Just caught Matthew Cash late there, really did the centre half. Yeah, he's not got a ball. This is the second yellow card of the season for him. For the Norwegian. Right, no real need to do that. Ball gets up by Aston Villa, a bit cleared away by Brentford, Good touchdown by Thiago, trying to beat Konsa. That's a bit of battle there. Physical battle, which gives away a free kick though, does Brasilia. I'm not too sure what for really. It was a bit of maybe an innocuous one. It's a good battle between him and Konsa though. I think he was trying to get out of the way of Konsa. I think he just maybe put the hand on the face to try and get away from the centre half. Yeah, trying to almost like push him away. I don't know, not a little bit 50-50 for me that, I think. So, but inside from Sancho, here is Cash, back to Rogers. A little bit overhit by Cash though, and Brentford Villa get it back with Konsa. Nice little pass inside by Rogers into Bogard. Here is Bogard. Trying to find a nice 1-2 back with Rogers. Just inside the halfway line, just runs into a little bit of traffic. Henderson wins the ball though. It's back with Dango Atari, can break away, trying to find Coyote in the overlap, and it's really good defending by Douglas Luiz. Coyote just trying to feed it inside, but Tammy Abraham, it's that all wrong the layoff, and it's out for a Brentford throw-in, just on the halfway line mark. And back here with Aya. 36 minutes played, still 0-0. Who will break the deadlock? That is the question. And back here with Aya. And chances for both sides. Martin has not been tested yet, but Brentford have a couple of golden opportunities. Has been tested once on that Abraham chance. And back here is Kelleher. Trying to feed it into Jensen. Just offloads it nicely to Van den Berg, and on the left hand side of that back four. Jensen just picking up that ball from that quarterback position, as I like to say. And just feeds it out to the right hand side, but it's caught out well by Matson. He can drive on from the left back position, trying to feed it in. That's to Douglas Luiz. You can reset it back to Konsa. To Cash. On the right hand side now. Back with Sancho. Only just a one goal this season for Jadon Sancho. Obviously joined from Chelsea on loan. I'd like to see a little bit more output from him via Unai Emery. And they've shared the goals around this season. Buendía's got 7, Watkins got 8, Rodgers has got 9. He's the top scorer in the league as Morgan Rodgers. So they've shared them out. Only 35 goals scored this season, so same as Brentford. But only 25 goals conceded though. They've actually scored the least goals in the top 6 of Aston Villa. So that's probably why they brought back in Tammy Abraham, just to get some more goals, to chip away really this season. Going forward, and Kelleher with the goal kick now. Interesting to see who would be the happier manager at half time. I think Heath Andrews would be happy with how his team's played really. Aston Villa just edged possession a little bit. Edged the XG as well. But this game's still on a knife edge. About 38 minutes played now. Villa looked long, dealt with by Vandenberg. Looked long by Henry. Back to Charlotte, who just gives it away to Tammy Abraham. There's a chance here for Villa. Sancho just feeds it through to Abraham down the right hand side now. Just at the edge of the box, trying to feed it to the edge of the box to Sancho. And just gets cut out by Brentford. It's a throw in, just need a corner flag. Maybe Matty Cash to take it. It's a bit of a long one, flicked on. Time for Abraham to chest it down and put it into the area. It's back over with Matson on the left hand side, just the edge of the box. Feeds it in, really good ball in, but good goalkeeping by Gallagher. No one was really attacking the front post, but the goalkeeper was aware. Yeah, no one really attacking it. Everyone was a bit flat footed in that Aston Villa box. It kind of looks long. Pau Torres deals with that one. He's dealt with quite a lot in the air as Jensen feeds it out to the left hand side for Schade. And the back inside for Vandenberg. And looking for some sort of attacking movement from Henry and Schade, and there is the movement from Schade. Ash deals with it though, and just out of touch it goes. As we get Henry, throws it back to you now. 1-0 in every other game at 2 PM, but not in this one. Who will get the first of the day, if there is one, obviously? And there's Aya. And feed it out. So looking for that passing behind, but Cody's offside though. Actually deflected into Cody's path, but he was standing in the offside position anyway. I think he was looking for Dango Otara's movement. He was offside anyway. They're both offside. Whereas Thiago, it doesn't feel like he's been involved a lot in the game, and there is 5 touches in this game. It's not a lot. There's 8 less than Tammy Abraham. There's also not had a lot to do as well, but he obviously had that big chances down the left hand side with Sancho's now on the left hand side looking for Matson, and the overlap does find Ian Matson, gets the ball in, chips it into the back post, it's headed away. Really good touch by, I think it was Vandenberg, and Jensen will break free. Just gets a little bit of nice luck, and Charlotte's going to be offside, I think. Yeah, he is. It was good play by Aston Villa. Jadon Sancho getting himself involved, trying to make things happen. Just a little bit of argy-bargy. Oh, it's just going to be a straight red card. And Kevin Charlotte's been sent off here at Villa Park. He's been shown as a straight red from Tim Robinson. And out of absolutely nowhere, Brentford are down to 10 men. I think he was actually offside as Kevin Charlotte when the ball was played to him. I just got a tackle on Matty Cash, and then clearly it was a late one. He just loses control of the ball, and it's a little bit of a stamp. I think he's getting up. He gets up, tries to get up off Cash, and there it is. Yeah, there's a stamp. Yeah, that's not a good look whatsoever from Kevin Sharden. I don't think he's going to get away with that one. The ball gets played to me, he loses control of the ball, obviously he's frustrated. He tries to get off Matty Cash almost. And as he tries to get off him, he just sticks out a back leg into Matty Cash's stomach. And it's going to be a straight red. It's really, really rash from Kevin Sharden. Really unnecessary as well. And he gets a straight red from Tim Robinson. And I'm really not surprised. And I don't think that one's going to get overturned. It's really bad from the German. It's his first red card of the season. And suddenly Keith Andrews, I mean, who would have been happy going into the break at 0-0, but now his team's down to 10 men, and it's just really unnecessary from Kevin Sharder. His first red card since 2021, when he played for Freiburg, second team. So he's first in the Premier League. I just don't know what he's doing. It's so silly, really silly. I think he was actually offside. It was a lost control touch, like a bad touch, trying to touch it inside. I think he slipped, gets up, tries to get up off Cash, and then just sticks out a back leg into Matty Cash's, like studs up. Yeah, you're not getting away with that one, unfortunately. And yeah, straight red from Brentford. And now have a bit of a mountain to climb, but it's still only 0-0 and only a couple of minutes left now till the half-time whistle is blown, about 44 minutes from the clock. A big opportunity now for Aston Villa. Keith Andrews is going to be scratching his head. And just a bit of head loss from Kevin Sharder. As Sancho just plays out to his right-hand side now with Cash. Goal before half-time would be great. Looking for the back post and Matson feeds it back to Buendia. Gets a shot off, but it's really good defending by Christopher Ayer. We're going to have to do a lot of that now, Brentford. It's actually the first time this season that one of the players have been sent off, and Matson feeds it into the middle. And no one's there behind Abraham, who actually let it go, thinking that someone was going to be behind it, but no one was. Thiago's got the thankless task of playing up top on his own. It's gonna just taking over into the 4 additional minutes. Here is the chance. Cash floats it to the back post of Matson, who was free, feeds it back really nicely to Buendia, but Ayer was tight to the Argentine. Is back here with Cash trying to feed it on, but sorry, Sancho trying to feed it on, but heads it back to Kelleher. And Brentford will waste as much time as humanly possible before half time. And see the frustration behind his eyes from Keith Andrews. Really disappointed in Kevin Sharder. Just so unnecessary as the ball goes up. Headed one by Cody, just heads it on to Douglas Luiz, and it's back with Rodgers, but just a little bit of a loose touch. Ayer just trying to feed it down and in behind. It's a really good ball to Altara. Back to with Altara, big chance, and it's in! And it's 1-0 Brentford. Well, I'll tell you what, it's out of absolutely nowhere. And we're down to 10 men. It's a really good ball in behind from Christopher Ayer, who finds Dango Altara on the right hand side. He gets a shot off initially. It's well deflected. And it falls back to him. And his effort deflects into the top corner. And out of nowhere, Brentford are in front in Villa Park. And it's really, really good ball by Christopher Ayer in behind down the right hand side for Altara. He just tried to feed it into the box with a cross to find Igor Thiago. He actually bounces off Torres back to him. He cuts inside onto his left foot and then strikes it into the top corner. I think it takes a deflection off the Spaniard. It's a really good goal. Yeah, it does take a little bit of a nick. It just finds the top corner. It's a great start. It's that man again, Altara, against Aston Villa. He did it in the reverse fixture, and he's done it just before the break, and it's a big goal for Brentford. His fourth for the season, his first in a long time. He's back into the side, he's back in the goals. It's a big goal for him, it's a big goal for Keith Andrews. Unai Emery, he's scratching his head how his team have found himself 1-0 down. And Brentford had some good opportunities, but obviously down to 10 men. It was just kind of a floated ball down the right hand channel by Aya. Just finds Altara, tries to find Thiago in the box, but his cross comes back to him, cuts inside onto his left foot and strikes into the top corner. Aston Villa getting behind. Abraham, big chance, really good defending. Really good defending from Aya again. You can see the celebrations. It was Jadon Sancho who gets him behind the right hand side, just flashes it across into the box. Abraham gets there first, gets a shot off, and Aya just sticks out on left leg and he deflects over the bar. It's big defending from the Norwegian. He's been involved in the big moments so far in this game. Just in the last 30 seconds or so, it's floated in by Douglas Luiz, the corner, looking for Abraham, does win the header. Back here with Matchday trying to float it back into the box. Cash comes out for it, and his volley doesn't really get anywhere near it, and as Yanelt will get rid with a scuff clearance by the Dane. Back with Aston Villa just a couple of minutes before a half-time whistle is blown. And back here with Matson, a bit of a shell shocker really. That goal, Bogard up to the left-hand side for Matson. Back here with Bogard. And there's Ezri Konsa. Can Aston Villa find the equaliser before the break, or it's going to be 1-0 to Brentford? Going into half-time, back out with Konsa, just outside the edge of the box. Buendia trying to feed it into the middle. Goes inside to the middle, finds Rodgers. Can he get a shot off? Does Rodgers just does a little bit too much. Good defended by Cody. Pau Torres into Abraham. Fizzed it into Buendia, really giving it a difficult one to take control of. And Brentford can get clear. Thiago trying to battle his way through. Oh, I thought he got him behind there, but going to be a free kick. I think he just did a little bit too much to the Brazilian. That would have been a big opportunity. As Aston Villa try and play it quickly, but Kim Robinson just going to be showing actually a yellow card instead for Coyote, I think. Not too sure what the third one is. Just sixth yellow card for him. It's going to be a free kick for Aston Villa just past the halfway line. Just behind it, sorry. And there is the half-time whistle. Keith Andrews telling his men to come straight into the tunnel. His team are down to 10 men, but they're 1-0 up. Through to Dango Altara. They had a couple of opportunities themselves earlier in the game for Kevin Charlotte and Altara as well. Aston Villa had a big chance with Tamara Abraham. Good save by Cleveland Kelleher. And but they haven't created. I mean, Konsa had a massive opportunity in behind from a set piece. But at half time, it's Aston Villa 0, Brentford 1. Hello and welcome back to Villa Park. In the second half, it is still Aston Villa 0, Brentford 1 after that Dango Altaro goal. Brentford are down to 10 men though. Kevin Schade with a bit of a reckless challenge, some to say. After kind of stamping on Matty Cash after trying to get up from him, but it's Brentford that get underway, kicking from right to left. Aston Villa had their chances though. Tammy Abraham had a 1-on-1 opportunity, well saved by Kelleher. Ezri Konsa had their best chance though, a free kick delivered in, and he volleyed over. Brentford had a couple of opportunities before that. Kevin Schade had one miskicked. Really, Tara had one as well, 1-on-1 opportunity, but his shot went wide. And it was his goal. Is the difference between the two sides, but Brentford have to hang on for 45 minutes. For 10 men, the first time they've been in this situation all season. Has been one change at the break. Leon Bailey coming on for Lamar Bogard. So it looks like Rodgers will drop a little bit deeper into midfield and Leon Bailey out to the right hand side. Buendia into that number 10. So a very attacking side from Emery. Into Buendia just outside the edge of the box. It's going to be a familiar theme for like Aston Villa having the ball kicking towards the Holt end, as Bailey just cuts inside just at the edge of the box at the right hand side, trying to feed it through to Rodgers and nearly gets there, but good defending by Yenel. Here's Cash into Rodgers, drives inside, feeds it into Buendia, just a little bit of a loose touch, and Yenel deals with it, looking for the 1-2, just runs into Douglas Luiz. Brentford did break away, but Tim Robinson is pulling up for an earlier foul on Yenel. Other scores 1-0 Man United and 1-1 Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace. Forest down to 10 men in that one. There's a Nico Williams Suarez like handball save on the goal line. There is Unai Emery hoping to avoid back home defeats, the first time since February 2024. Would still be in third. Obviously, Man City to play Spurs later. Brentford to jump to 7th, above their arch rivals. Fulham are obviously losing today against Man United. As Aston Villa try to break it out from the back, from the right hand side. Sorry, it's out of touch for Brentford and Rico Henry to take the throne just near the halfway line. Aston Villa have conceded exactly once in each of their last 4 home games this season, so we're going to need to get back into this game. As the throw comes in, looking for Thiago. Again, we haven't really seen a lot of Vigor Thiago, probably won't see a lot more of him really in the second half. Has that thankless task of being the lone striker up top. No foul given. Brentford and Aston Villa play on near their corner flag, and then Buendia can break away. Just feed it out to the left hand side past the halfway, and it's going to be Jadon Sancho to drive on up against Coyote, cuts inside to his right foot, shakes for a shot, gets a shot off, straight at Kelleher, good save. Abraham surely follows up, and there is the equaliser. And back at Villa Park, and back in the goals is Tammy Abraham just after the break. It created from Jadon Sancho, just cut inside onto his right foot outside the edge of the box. Good save by Kelleher, but just palms it into the feet of Tammy Abraham to tap it into the empty net. And it's 1-1, 49 minutes in. It's really well worked outside of their own corner flag down the right hand side. They broke away, found Jadon Sancho, shapes to shoot. Good save to his right from Kelleher, but Tammy Abraham, who's miles on the side, comes from actually a little bit of a deep position in the box and just follows it in and gets his first back in Aston Villa colours. Obviously, he scored so many goals for them in the Championship when he was here, and he's got one finally for them as well in the Premier League. And all it came from was Bailey. I don't think he keeps that on, you know. I don't know whether VAR are going to check on it. Basically, the ball was on the far side of Aston Villa's own area in the corner flag, and Leon Bailey was on the floor with the ball near the corner flag, and the ball just looked like it might have rolled out of play. They did get it out of that kind of area. I think Igor Thiago started complaining, so then Brentford just stopped really pressing, and then Aston Villa got out really easily through Leon Bailey and Douglas Luiz, but they found themselves in a bit of a tricky position in their own corner flag on the right hand side, the far right hand side. I just think Leon Bailey tries to keep it on play. He's sitting down with the ball, and I think he actually looks up. I feel like he looks up at the referee, waiting for the decision to be made. It's actually Rico Henry that is pressing him on that far side in their own area. And I just think the ball rolls out of play. He's just sitting on the floor trying to get the ball back into the pitch. I just think the ball just rolls out of play. And obviously Rico Henry stops playing, and then so do 2-3 other Brentford players, and they've committed a lot of players in that area of the pitch. And then Aston Villa break away so quickly through Douglas Luiz, and obviously find Jadon Sancho, who finds a shot, and then Abraham does a rest. But I think this might be disallowed for the ball going out of play. Tim Robertson just checking with VAR. I think this won't be given. I don't know. Could be wrong though. It looked quite close, but you can't quite see from the camera angles really whether the ball fully went out of play. So it's obviously what they can really see on the cameras. I think Tim Robinson's explaining it to both captains Konsa and Jensen. Obviously this would be a big goal, trying to get away from them. And it just looks like he's going to be talking to the stadium announcer to say that the goal doesn't look. Yeah, the goal isn't given. Had a feeling it wasn't going to be. As soon as I saw the replay, it's Leon Bailey. They find themselves in their own corner flag, near the corner flag, trying to get out of their area, and I think he kind of falls over onto the ball, and the ball just gets pushed out of the pitch, and obviously it's not given. Unai Emery obviously frustrated, so is Tammy Abraham. He had denied his first goal in Aston Villa colours, but it's Coyote with the long throw now. And Martinez just about deals it. It's hooked back in. Cleared away off the line by Pau Torres. Obviously the throw-in had to be given. That's going to be a free kick given away by That's a big chance. I'll tell you what, if Brentford scored that, I think Aston Villa fans wouldn't have been happy, but definitely not. The ball definitely went out of play. It's just obviously for an Aston Villa, if you're an Aston Villa fan, very frustrating stuff. But they will have a lot more opportunities, I feel like, having a lot more of the ball on the edge of the box. And here is Sancho, finds Mats on the edge of the box here for Aston Villa. Sancho cuts inside to Rodgers, trying to feed it to Matson, but just rolls out of play instead for a goal kick. I mean, obviously the goal came from a transition, really. Brentford obviously committed 3 men in that far corner, and they all just stopped playing, really. Obviously meant to kind of play to the whistle, but he didn't. Aston Villa did. Played on. Obviously got the goal, but now it's still 1-0 to Brentford after 53 minutes. Keith Andrew, be interesting to see what he does. Maybe will he roll the dice potentially, put on some defensive substitutions. Obviously he's going to still want some sort of outlet up there. Still got Thiago and Altara up top. But obviously I think, it depends how much will Aston Villa commit. Obviously still always got that high line. And if they commit too many men, then that does leave openings. But Aston Villa's chances have come from Brentford really losing the ball in high positions. A couple of them have been from anyway. As Konsa builds out from the back, brings the ball out from the back just past the halfway line. Here is Cash. Brings it into Rodgers. Back with Bailey. Nice little Pass around the corner, back with Cash, really nice back heel to Morgan Rogers, drives into the box, trying to find anyone, but no one's there, and Coyote just gets rid. The chances are coming now for Aston Villa. Here's Pau Torres. Buendia got the fans behind him now. Here's Brett Sancho up against Coyote to feed it into Matson, drives it in, Tammy Abraham gets a flick onto it. Just doesn't get enough contact onto it. It's really well played by Sancho into Matson, drives it into the middle, but again, Zach Van den Berg just in the way. Don't think we've got Van den Berg, Abraham got enough onto it anyway. Here is Konsa, back here with Douglas Luiz. Looks like he's just kind of sitting the deepest of the midfield. Is Sancho, ball into the box, but no one's there. Kelleher gets both hands onto the cross. You can see the action areas have already been 52% for Aston Villa and Brentford's final third. Brentford have not really threatened in the second half yet. It's not really surprising. Obviously, it can be difficult to play against 10 men. The team really kind of just putting men behind the ball. Here's Douglas Luiz to Matson. On the left hand side for Sancho, just driving into the edge of the box on the left hand side. It's like corner of the box. Sancho trying to shape for a shot potentially. Finds Konsa. You see how high the defensive line is now. Buendia into Rogers. Sancho, Matson in the box, just in that corner of the edge of the box, trying to find an intricate play that's cleared away by Brentford. And Martinez and Aston Villa will go again. Here's Konsa. Man United score a second from Teres Cunha. Cash. Bailey just loses control of the ball and it just goes out for a throw-in. A little bit of sigh of relief potentially for Brentford. A win here would be massive. Can we see Brentford in Europe for the first time since they've come to the Premier League? It'll be some achievement from Keith Andrews in his first season, but this league is wide open. So it's a real opportunity for Brentford and those teams around him. Such a competitive kind of area of the table. Some of the obviously the bigger teams kind of falling away a little bit, but here is Douglas Luiz over to Cash on the right hand side. Deliver him, hits Rogers, actually deflects to the back post, finds Buendia. Really good goalkeeping by Kelleher. Wasn't the greatest ball into the box by Cash, but it actually deflected off the back of Rogers, and that made it a little bit more dangerous for Brentford. Here's Rogers trying to feed it into Bailey, he just gets his shot off and it's deflected out for a corner, and the pressure will continue to pile on. Just falls kindly for Bailey, but the shot is blocked by a sea of light blue. Is back here with Cash from the corner, short corner to Trevella pass, trying to find, it just doesn't fall for Konsa. Just misjudges the bounce. I think he thought Van den Berg was actually going to get a header onto it. It was a bit of a slow Trevella cross into the box, and Rico Henry doesn't deal with it whatsoever, and I think that off-puts Konsa. He just wrong-foots him and it bounces out for a goal kick, and here are the substitutions. I can see Nathan Collins coming on, so that is a very defensive substitution. It is for Jordan Henderson, who's played his 60 minutes. Good shift from him. I think that maybe a potential injury in that first half hampered him. It's going to be Yarmaloy to come on for Dango Altara, the goal scorer. So it looks like Brentford will go to a back five, but Yarmaloy will just kind of play in that centre mid role. And the goal again, just a really good finish by Altara in the end. Got a bit of a luck of break, luck of a bounce. But finished it off really well with his left foot. And here is the Ukrainian to come on. Looks like it will be a back five for Brentford. Yarmaloy will probably play with Henderson And Konsa will just slot into the back line. And he already has in that centre half role. And here is Yenel. And feed it through to Jensen. Good pass around the corner to Yarmuluk. His first involvement just gets... Douglas Luiz just gets in the way of him. It's past the halfway line now here for Cash down his right hand side. We can drive forward for Leon Bailey. You can find him. It's up against Rico Emery. Eyeball to eyeball. Leon Bailey drives it, passes it into Rogers, it's deflected in the way it goes by Igor Thiago, who can drive out. It's not really got anyone in front of him. Up to Henry. Chips it forward, but again, no one's really there. And back here with Aston Villa again, down the left-hand side with Matson. Feels like they've been a lot more dangerous down that left-hand side, really. And here is Konsa. Leon Bailey looking to change that now, playing at right wing. Good little pass inside to Rogers. His cross is deflected out for another corner. Off here now at this time. It's better movement off the ball from Aston Villa. They lacked a little bit in the first half. And their forward midfield runners. There's Bailey with the corner. It's going to go short again to Douglas Luiz. Out to Cash. It has a go, and that one's over the bar. And Brentford won't mind that whatsoever. We've got a couple of goals in them though, Matty Cash. And a lot of time on the edge of the box, but that one has skied over. For them bring one back at Old Trafford through Cuenca. And Kelleher looks long for Igor Thiago and co. Again, Thiago just not really doing a lot up top. 88% of the ball in the second half for Aston Villa. Only 3 shots, it's not a lot. Obviously had that goal disallowed, but Kelleher has since then not really had a lot to do. Brentford only have had 1 touch in the opposition box, and I think that's from a long throw. Here's Sancho down the left hand side, driving up against Coyote. Been a good battle that one. Coyote just wins that duel and just knocks it forward, but again it's going to only be as far as Martinez is basically on the halfway line at this point. Is Konsa just past the centre circle into Bailey, drifts inside. Obviously stronger left foot in base and does like to cut inside. Konsa over to Douglas Luiz. Can he be the one to unlock this Brentford defence of Stern, the Brentford defence? Sancho feeds it into Matson, back to Douglas Luiz. Needs to maybe be a little bit quicker from the hosts. Cash. Back to Pau Torres. Over to Sancho. A little bit of an appeal for Matson, who just goes down, but I think just slipped. Not a foul from Coyote. Looks like Miller will play on at the edge of the box. It's Douglas Luiz. Feeds it into the centre of the edge of the box, into Konsa. Cash to Bailey. Basically every man behind the ball for Brentford is Cash looks to get in behind off that Bailey pass, but good defending from Brentford. Igor Thiago trying to hold it up and get his team involved. Rico Henry will try and run onto that one, but good defending by, good tracking back by Leon Bailey. And here is Matson, who will drive on down the left hand side, and involved a lot of those attacks as Ian Matson. Here is Sancho, got 2 on him, drives to the outlet byline, pulls it back, but again no one's there. And that's been a kind of the story of Aston Villa's attacks, really. A lot of the time they hit the byline and the balls have just gone in. No one's winning the end of it. And they'll bring it out from the back again through Pau Torres. Here's Sancho. Buendia. Over to Konsa now in the centre. Like a high. Aston Villa's centre halves are basically just 10 yards from the edge of the box. It's Buendia. And that'll be a corner. Aston Villa trying to feed those balls into the little channels. Good defending, and the corner goes short back to Sancho trying to shape for a shot, gets a little bit of an effort off, but it's good defending from Jensen. Trying to poke it for Igor Thiago, can break free. Igor Thiago up against two men, still Igor Thiago. Does he get fouled? No, he doesn't. Referee telling him to get up. And Aston Villa can come forward. It's going to be the only real opportunities for Brentford to break through. If Aston Villa lose the ball high up the pitch, it's Rodgers. Douglas Luiz now. Over to Pau Torres. To Matson. Sancho. Up against Coyote again. He's got two for company now. Wendy, a nice little touch around the corner to Matson. Back to Sancho. Just edge of the box, left hand side. Konsa over to the right hand side now for Cash. She's just on the edge of the area. Brentford players just camped in their own box now. And Cash. Back to Konsa. I mean, a little bit more urgency from Aston Villa needed. Torres over to Matson, over to Sancho now. Drives into the box. Sancho. Back to Douglas Luiz, gets a shot off, not really connected well. Back to Matty Cash in the edge of the box. Straight at Kelleher. Shout out to Rodgers, trying to lift it over the goalkeeper and lifts it over the goal instead. Big chance fell to Matty Cash this time. If Douglas Luiz shot, it kind of deflected into Buendia. He laid it off of Cash. His shot was straight at Kelleher. And Rodgers trying to lift it over the goalkeeper from his volley, but lifts it over the bar instead. Just straight down the middle really from Cash. And the volley just goes over the bar from Rodgers. There's another chance. Keith Andrews just having a chat with Michael Chiodi. Gonna have to do a lot of work down the right hand side as the full back and serve. All the other players have looked to hold on to this 1-0 lead. The last win was a clean sheet against Sunderland, that 3-0 win, really impressive 3-0 win. At home against Sunderland, they've kept 5 clean sheets this season. Another one. At the moment, Brentford just holding Aston Villa at arm's length. And it can be Kelleher from the goal kick to look long. It's the first time he's really had anything to do in goal. Since the goal that got us now, but since then, probably his first real save. Brentford have kept them at bay. And as it goes out for a throw-in for Brentford. Maybe a chance for Brentford to go forward. The throw does come in, looking for Thiago as they get themselves up the pitch. Another throw-in. And then maybe another chance for Brentford to unleash the long throw, the very long throw of Michael Coyote. Can they create something from this? The throw does come in, looking for eyes over Collins, fits onto Igor Thiago, nearly didn't fall for him. The touch was loose and he's offside anyway, big chance. It's flicked on by Collins. I just don't think he expected it. Did the Brazilian, he's offside anyway. Yeah, he's miles offside, he comes off the head of Collins and the touch is very loose. They just can't quite get a shot. But how long is that throw? I mean, how dangerous is that? It's really a real weapon from the Italian. Caused us so much problems. He's back here with Sancho down the left hand side now for Aston Villa to Buendia. Over the right hand side now for Leon Bailey. Back here with Rodgers. Bailey, really good pass to Cash, but can't quite get onto it. And it just rolls for Kelleher. And at the moment, everything just isn't quite falling for Aston Villa at the moment. Going forward, a really good idea from Bailey, but Cash just couldn't quite pluck it out of the air as Kelleher looks long for Thiago. Probably seen as many touches in the second half as he did in the first half. And Aston Villa can build forward again from Ian Matson and drive on down the left hand side. Trying to get Sancho involved as well. He's been decent, been lively as Sancho. Pau Torres. Good ball into the box looking for Abraham. Good header away by Vandenberg, sorry. And it's Bailey looking to deliver again. The ball does come in. This one dealt with by Collins. I don't think Brentford centre-halves will really mind those balls into the box. It's only really Abraham, who is quite a tall threat, so the ball has to be inch perfect. As Rodgers round the corner, chips it into the box. It's over all the centre-halves and it's round the corner by Rico Henry and out for a corner. 70 minutes played, it's still 1-0 Brentford. The chances are coming though for Villa. They look to get a leveller. Maybe potentially all 3 points, but at the moment they've still got to get that equaliser. Bailey from the corner, it's going to be an in-swinger, but this one goes short again. Back to Douglas Luiz outside to the edge of the box to Buendia. He has a go, and that one's wide. Well over. Again, Brentford won't mind. They've gone short with a lot of corners. Gone stubborn. Of Aston Villa from set pieces today. Emery felt like he'd be disappointed, and just cutting edge hasn't quite been there. He's got a decent-ish record against Brentford. 1-3, drawn 2, lost 2 against the Bees. Looks like Keane Lewis Potter will come on for Brentford. Wing back. Won't be a straight swap potentially for Rico Henry maybe. But here is Matty Cash note for Villa on the right hand side. Haven't got loads of attacking options off the bench though, does Unai Emery. Obviously no Watkins. It's going to have to be the team on the pitch potentially. Is Sancho trying to shape for a cross. Rolls it to Matson, but it's good defending though by Yarmouk. And it's going to be offside anyway. Looks like Sancho just straight offside. I'll come back from an offside position to get the ball. Brentford won't mind this whatsoever. We're just telling the players to settle down, calm down as it stands. They're sitting third on 46 points, only 9 goal difference. It's the same as Man United, obviously 5 points behind. 5 points ahead, sorry. Brentford, look at Brentford, those 7th. I mean, what a season that has been for Keith Andrews. There should be some win away from home against Villa. Aston Villa from 10 men. There's Coyote. Really good feet, trying to get round Matson though. Goes out for a goal kick, but it's a really good win. Probably one of their best of the season if they do see it out. And so impressive defensively today. Going forward, obviously that Tara goal. A difference at the moment. Aston Villa still plenty of time to get back into this game now. 17 minutes left on the clock. Here is Konsa. Over to Rodgers. Here's Konsa into Rodgers. Just nice little intricate passing by Aston Villa. Torres. Into Buendia, but it's cut out by Brentford, and Thiago can race away but doesn't really judge the bounce. There's Sancho, just slips on the ball though. Aston Villa try and get him behind, but it's good defending by Brentford and the way it goes, but it's only clear as far as Torres. Here is Douglas Luiz now. Feeds it into Matson. Back to Sancho on the left hand side on the edge of the box. Buendia. So Douglas Luiz. Passes it inside into Konsa. To Torres. Feeds out to the right hand side now to Cash. Who deliver in but doesn't really go anywhere. It's headed out by Brentford. It's cleared back to Douglas Weed. Gets a strike off. Good save by Kelleher. Had bodies behind. Bodies in front of him did Weed and Kelleher. Douglas Weed didn't fully connect with it. But I tell you what. Might have been heading into the bottom corner. But a really good save. In the end by the Irishman. And here is a substitution as I have received some treatment. It is going to be Keane Lewis Potter to come on. And I think he will come off Christopher. Oh, it's actually going to be Matthias Jensen to come off. Captain makes way for Keane Lewis Potter. So Harvey Elliott as well might be coming on. Looks like he's readying to come on. Is a number 9. I haven't seen a lot of him this season. As Brentford try and get a foot on the ball. It's given away by Aston Villa, but nearly broke for Yarmouk. But away it comes from Matty Cash, and here they come forward. It's good defending by Henry, who just gets in the way of it. It gets his team a free kick as well. It's really good defending by the left back. As a substitution will be made, and it will be Harvey Elliott. You see the frustration in Emery. Just wants to up the urgency, and off comes Jadon Sancho. He's been bright today, was involved in that disallowed goal. Off he comes for Elliott. And it looks like a straight swap. Can he be the one to unlock this defence? They scored 8 goals from the bench this season, so it's an asset. It's the second most in the league. Can Elliott be the difference? It looks like from Kelleher from the offside. It's going to be a free kick though for Aston Villa on the edge of their box. And here they come forward, just in the centre circle now with Konsa. Had that big chance in the first half. He'd be kicking himself. And we didn't find the target with that one. And they've still got 13 minutes now. So time is just ticking by. Brentford look for very, very good 3 points. Is going to be Rodgers now on the left hand side. Drives it in, but no one's there. And Kelleher just gets behind it. And we'll just sit on it as much as possible. As Villa come forward again, down this left hand side with Matson, past the halfway line. Since they find themselves having the ball in this final third area, but just no proper real cutting edge at the moment. Douglas Luiz now, Matson over to Rodgers. He finds himself in the left wing, cuts inside by Cody, really good defending. And he can't get there. It's going to be a free kick given away by Rodgers, who just pleads his innocence. Brentford will take as much time as possible as it goes. Kelleher take it himself. I mean, how happy will Keith Andrews be if he sees this game out? Been such a good season for him. His first season in managerial as a manager, and this would be some 3 points as Igor Thiago flicks it on for Coyote. It's going to be a handball though, and Aston Villa to get themselves a free kick. And Douglas Luiz will take out to his right hand side now for Konsa. He'll drive forward just past the halfway line. Elliott picks up the ball in his area, just drives on now to down the right hand side with Bailey, who cuts inside into Cash. Back to Bailey. Back to Cash. Now back inside to Konsa. Over the left hand side to Matson and Rogers. Rogers waiting for the overlap to create some space. He scored so many goals on the outside the edge of the box this season. They might have to find another one. It's been 13 this season, and they find their 14th from outside the edge of the box. It's Bailey up against Henry. Goes on the outside, chips it in. Really good defending from Aya. Abraham was just behind him. Good touch by Martin. Chips into the box. Goes forwards to Leon Bailey. Can he get a shot off? There's so many bodies. Elliott gets a shot off, but again, so many bodies in the way. And Elliott's shot is blocked by one of the many. It's back here of Rogers into Martin. Finds himself in a little bit of space down the left hand side. Feeds it in, but again, the announce there this time. And out come Brentford, and Yarmulke can just get rid. Up to Igor Thiago, who will give chase, but can't win his team of throwing. I mean, he put in some real effort today. Igor Thiago. And there is Bailey down his right hand side. Cut back in. He likes to do inside to Cash. Who's come inside as well. So congested in that middle area. Rogers. And left hand side now on the edge of the box. Back into Pau Torres. And not putting the ball into the box loads of times. After this free centre half up against Abraham, really. Would have to be inch perfect. Martin just feeds it into Buendia. Where can they unlock this space? There's not a lot of it. Torres. Over to Rogers now. Into Buendia. A little bit of movement from him. Tries to shrug off Jensen. Good ball into the box. Not Jensen. Yarmulke, sorry. Good header away by Henry. Back here with Cash now. Just won everything in the air of Brentford. And so good defensively today. Bailey. Cash. Over to Konsa. Torres. Good ball in by Rogers. Oh, he's missed everyone. He's gone out for a goal kick. Elliott was the closest, but it wasn't really that near. The ball finally comes into the box, and this time from Rogers. It's a wicked delivery, but no one's really attacking it. It just goes in front, too far in front of Elliott and Abraham. Brentford can sigh and take a big breath. Rico Henry is down now, receiving treatment. Eight minutes now on the clock, still 1-0 Brentford thanks to that Dango Atara goal. Steve Clark sitting in the stands as well, the Scottish head coach watching on. We have substitution now for Brentford. It's going to be Aaron Hickey to replace Rico Henry. Just a straight swap for him. Aaron Hickey can play both sides. So fill in at that left wing back position. As Aston Villa pick up the ball in this midfield area, back to Elliott on the right hand side now, just picking up the ball. Finds Bailey out wide, driving side up against Hickey. Hit the byline, but it's good defending though by Brentford. Back into Cash. Over to Elliott now. Back into Konsa. It's Torres. And he deliver, and he does. It's deflecting. It's gone for a corner. Wasn't the best delivery ever. But a corner nonetheless. When this one goes short, I think the centre halves are going to be wanting this one to be delivered in. Rogers is offering, but looks like it will be delivered straight in by Douglas Luiz. And it is Douglas Luiz to take the corner. Comes in. Kelleher just punches away nicely though. And finds Elliott on the right hand side, at the edge of the box, back into Bailey. He'll deliver in, it's flicked in, it's headed away. Good defending by Vandenberg, and the header comes straight back into Kelleher's hands from Matty Cash or Harvey Elliott. 5 minutes now left. It's Fulham pull one back at Old Trafford thanks to Raul Jimenez. Thiago back into Yarmouk. To Kelleher. Brentford have not had a lot of ball in the second half, I can tell you that for a fact. He's back here with Yarmouk on the ball, over to Vandenberg. Probably had about 15%-ish of the ball at Brentford as Thiago doesn't get fouled. He's not had a lot go for him as the striker. At the moment this team is still winning, they're still holding on. So it'll be an unbelievable 3 points away from home as Rodgers trying to feed it through to Matson, who's made so many overlapping runs. Just can't find him. Aston Villa have had 71% of the ball in the whole match, 87 of it. 87% in the second half, 1.5 XG so far, 18 shots, 4 on target, but still 1-0 to Brentford. Brentford have not actually technically had a big chance. Only had 2 shots on target, 1 corner. But that Otara goal, the difference at the moment is that it will take as much time as possible. Will Kelleher, as they're potentially heading up to 7th in what has been an impressive season after 24 games and 36 points. I think a lot of people were worried about Brentford when Keith Andrews got the job. But at the moment he's proven their doubters wrong. His team sit nicely in European contention. Can they hold out in these last few minutes and they find themselves with the ball in their far left hand side in their own half. And Matson with the throw into Douglas Luiz, and Matson Torres will get rid. Aston Villa just push himself up the pitch a little bit more. Matson throws it inside now to Douglas Luiz, who spread it out wide to Matty Cash, and then Aston Villa can drive on. Back it inside it goes to Konsa. And now the 10 men behind the ball. The 9 outfield players behind the ball for Brentford. Martson into Rodgers. Up against Coyote. Comes inside. Still Rodgers gets a shot off. There's a good save by Kelleher. Down to his right. It's a really good save. It's the first time really Rodgers has properly had an effort on goal. And that one is close enough to Kelleher for him to hold on. Just comes inside, gets a shot off. But Kelleher is behind it, most importantly for Brentford. And Aston Villa will come again. I haven't seen loads of Morgan Rodgers today. Brentford have kept him quiet, and here he is again though, down the left hand side. We'll cut inside though, into the middle. Douglas Luiz. Back to Torres, the ball does come in, looking for Abraham. Bailey comes inside, ball into the box. And Douglas Luiz met it, but his header just goes over. It's a difficult one to control. He's kind of running into it. Hits the top of his head and goes over the bar. There's a couple of minutes left now of normal time. As Fulham equalised late on in the 92nd minute through Kevin. It's a dagger from Michael Carrick on his side. Will there be a dagger in this one? Or can Brentford hold on? They would still go to 7th even with Brentford and Fulham picking up that point. Stays the same. Aston Villa would sit 7 points. But Fulham have conceded later on even, in the 94th minute, Benjamin Sesko with the goal. And Man United go back up to 4th and only 5 points behind Aston Villa. Throw comes in from Coyote. Brendan holds it up nicely. Douglas really feeds it through to Elliott. There's space here for Aston Villa from Elliott. Finds Leon Bailey's a really good pick out. Here is Bailey, drives on against Hickey. Leon Bailey cuts inside, gets a shot off, and that one is a huge chance. And it goes over the bar. There's 10 minutes added on at Villa Park. It's a big chance, and he knows it. Leon Bailey, Jamaican, cut inside, and that one is probably the best one of the second half that they've had. It was a really good breakaway by Villa. Brentford committed a lot of men. He was 1-on-1 up against Hickey, drives inside his own box, and he should be doing better, just couldn't keep the shot down whatsoever. And Brentford get themselves a throw in with 10 minutes now, like I said, additional time. Can they hold out to what will be a massive win as Douglas Luiz stops them, Yarmouk from breaking free, but Brentford get the ball back and win it back in their own area. And back here with Keller in his own box, and look long. About 21 shots for Aston Villa, 6 for Brentford. It's only 5 on target though from Villa. 71% of the ball. As Elliott will pluck that one out of the air really nicely in the middle of the park, and it's back out to Cash on his right hand side. Over to Elliott. Over to Bailey, had that big chance. Bailey into Elliott. To Konsa. To Matson. Over to Rodgers now on the left hand side on the edge of the box. Will go to the bar and deflected. His cross is deflected out for another corner. 9 minutes left now. Just under 9 minutes left, and it's another set corner for Aston Villa. They haven't created a load though from these opportunities. And the corner goes short again. It's back out to Rodgers into the box. Feeds it in to Buendia. I think he was actually looking for Matson. Back out to Rodgers. The shot comes off. He slips. And then Thiago just gets rid and just smashing it up park. As Forest Palace finish 1-1. Well, this game finished 1-1. They finished 1-0. It's over to Rodgers. He's looking to change that. Up against Coyote. Trying to beat his man. Gets past a couple. But Brentford win a goal kick, and you can see the celebration from Aya, who's been really impressive at the back today. Some bodies on the line from Brentford. Those away fans at the moment, they've been loving it. As Kelleher looks long for Thiago, barely seen today. Yarmouk gets it back from Thiago. And really good hold up play by the striker, Coyote into Yanel. His back all the way back to Kelleher. As Kelleher looks long for Cash. There's a good battle down that right hand side, but it's going to be out for a throw for Cash. And throws it into Elliott. Into the middle of the park now, onto the left hand side. And there's out for Matson. Torres. Over to Rodgers, feeds it into Matson. Hits the byline, cross comes in, and there he is again. Aya. Celebration again from the centre half. The passion these centre halves have. The clearance goes, and a block goes, or a deflection or something. It's going to be another corner, but this one goes short. I don't think so. Got a few men at the edge of the box. Brentford have been really good in the air today. Corner does come in from Douglas Luiz. It's punched out by Keller. Falls to Morgan Rogers. Shot gets blocked. Out to Elliott. Ball gets deflected off Thiago's chest. And he gets rid. He can't get rid though. It's poor from Thiago. He can't keep it. Martson out to Douglas Luiz, and it comes back off him. And it goes for a goal kick. You can see the frustration and disappointment. It's not the debut or not the return that he would have wanted. Five minutes left now for Brentford to hold on, to go up to 7th. That Dango Atara goal felt so long ago at the moment, just before the break. Obviously just after the Brentford went down to 10 men, thanks to Kevin Sharder. His stamp on Matty Cash out of frustration, probably more than anything. There's back here with Aston Villa. Can he get another late goal? They turned it around against Salzburg the other day. Gonna need something of the same. Konsa over to Torres. Martson to Rogers up against Coyote. Cross comes in, good call. Oh, it's really good defending by Aaron Hickey. The cross comes in, and Matty Cash is coming in, flying in at real pace. Oh, it's going to be a goal kick as well. It's so good from Aaron Hickey. It's a really good ball in by Rogers. That is excellent, excellent defending from Aaron Hickey to deny Matty Cash, and he gets his team a goal kick as well. Out of frustration, you can see how close Matty Cash was from tapping it into the back of a net, but it's not to be. I don't think it's going to be Unai Emery's day, but for Keith Andrews, this would be an excellent away win. I've said it so many times, but it would be. Abraham, haven't really seen a lot of Tammy Abraham since that goal, since the disallowed goal, to be honest. There's not been a load of balls into the box. There's a really poor pass by Konsa, but Villa win it back through Elliott. There's a little bit overhit from Elliott though, and finds Bailey just about and wins his team a throw-in. Don't think they've got really a long throw specialist to hurl it on. They've got Matty Cash though. Looks like he'll wind this one up. How many more opportunities can Aston Villa create before the full time? Wilson has blown Matty Cash with the long throw on the right hand side in the corner flag. It's held in, it's not really wide, it's fallen to Douglas Luiz. Oh, sorry, Martin actually. It's not really dealt with by Brentford. It's going to be ushered out for a corner. A little bit of nerves maybe potentially for Brentford in that back line, but they've got that back five now, those three centre halves have all been good. Aya especially, probably man of the match at the moment. It's going to be Bailey this time from the corner. I don't think this one's going to go short. Haven't really worked them well from short. It's going to be delivered. It's going to go short though. Back into Elliott. He gets a shot off and it's straight in the head of Igor Thiago. Look at the celebration. I mean, his away fans in that far corner. It's going to be Bailey again. And this time will be delivered in. It's hands and heads for Aston Villa fans. Ball into the box, it's headed out. It's fallen to Matty Cash, he doesn't get anywhere near it, and that one goes out for a goal kick. And that might be that. And Brentford might just hold on to what would be an excellent 3 points away from home. You thought when they went down to 10 then you were kind of worried for them, but they scored pretty much straight away, a couple of minutes later anyway. Through that Artara goal, a little bit of luck fell kindly for him. But boy, did he finish it well. And it's him again, and it's going to be potentially the same scoreline as it was at the start of the season. I think Artara again, 1-0 again to Brentford, and they might be on their way to doing the treble over Aston Villa this season. Is it Unai Emery's bogey team this season? Going to be Buendia though to pick up the ball in the middle of the park. It's thrown out to the left hand side for Martson. The ball does come in off his right foot. Well run by Hickey. Buendia gets a shoulder on it. It's Bailey up against Hickey. It's poked out by the Scot out for a throw, and it's going to be a long one. This one's going to be taken again by Cash. About 30 seconds or so left in it, probably the last chance of the game. It's Cash thrown into Elliott. Back out to Cash, he'll deliver in. It's brought a header over the bar by Rogers. It's actually Pau Torres, sorry, and that might be it again. It's a really good ball in by Cash. Torres just goes into the front post and gets a flick onto it, but a little bit too much. And it just goes over the bar as we hit the 100th minute mark on this game. And that man, Altara, has been the difference in this game, and it's the same again. And that is that. It's finished. Aston Villa 0, Brentford 1. A goal from Dango Otara again. It's the same result as earlier in the season. Unai Emery walks off in frustration. He can't believe his team has lost. They created so many little opportunities here and there. Kelleher made some really good saves. But look how happy Keith Andrews was. It's a big defensive display. The man of the match, I'd say. Tammy Abraham had a goal disallowed due to the ball being out of play in the far corner. But it's finished here at Villa Park. Aston Villa 0, Brentford 1, and the Bees move up to 7th in the league. And what a season it has been for that man, Keith Andrews, as they march on up the division. And Unai Emery has a little bit of thinking to do. Let's finish here at the commentary hub from Adam Todd. Aston Villa 0, Brentford 1.